Okay, we need to connect some dots together. Um, First and foremost, it needs to be said that the things that the Bible said were going to happen in terms of apostasy, and that is happening. Oh boy, is that happening! And we know that that was happening with Gnosticism, which pairs with Kabbalah or Kabbalah with Gnosticism, whichever you prefer. Uh, from way back in the days of when the Bible was the New Testament was constructed. Well, now we're seeing this massive uptick. And yes, okay, so whatever. We've seen liberalism for a long time, and that was setting a foundation. So, 1960s on, whatever. Okay. But right now what we're seeing is almost like a whole bigger tsunami of a brand new fresh apostasy where the church is being replaced, the Bible is being replaced, Christianity is being replaced, and Jesus Christ is being replaced with this coming Adam Kadmon, this Kabbalah Israeli Messiah. And it's not just a few rabbis that are pushing it. It's many, 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 many rabbis, but it's also popular culture. And it's also it's this religion is so much a cousin of tenets within and blends together nicely with Hinduism, for example. And then you've got the whole rainbow mafia uh, within the popular culture and the media that is even getting into the schools and saying and suggesting gender, fluidity that they talk about. And it's all part and parcel of this Kabbalah and where this whole thing is headed. And we'll get back to this if we can. I always have so much information I want to share with you, but let me show you something. So one of my viewers and subs made this brilliant comment and said, I predict the Zion Bible will be the one that brings back Bible study in public school. And I knew exactly what he was talking about because I did a bunch of videos dealing with all these current changes that are being suggested. And I said back to this person, I said, oh, yes, I remember that report. And I felt very uncomfortable with the secularists and the New Agers, etc., torturing the Bible to the children at school, by messing it up, teaching it incorrectly, was what I was thinking at the time that I heard this report that I'll show you here in a quick second. I had not conceived of what you're saying, but it makes total sense, doesn't it? Indeed, what better way to prep the children for the Antichrist with a Jesusless Bible and the religious right and Kabbalah Masons. And you can see how there is all this public support for the transgenderism of our children, which is all setting up for their coming androgynous God, this Adam Kadmon of Kabbalah that's coming, is what I'm saying. And um, just putting in a Google search of Adam Kadmon is half man, half woman, you will pull up so much information. Now, this is just a picture, mind you, but the concepts of you being a cosmic Christ, a he, she, the androgyne, this rebellion unto God, and changing of the Bible, getting the children all ready and prepared. Absolutely, it's all coming together. It's all making sense. We are right on track for this thing. And I don't think a lot of Christians understand this because they didn't know about Kabbalah. And it's kind of a new thing to me too, but I've been cramming for it and studying it from a research perspective. And Christians are being lured in unsuspectingly. I remember on Facebook, everybody was really excited about President Trump just tweeted support for Bible courses. Uh, so I was saying, I don't know if this is a good idea because I don't want people in the school trying to teach the Holy Bible, the light workers, to my children. I can do that at home, just plain and dandy myself. And Christians were saying, oh, no, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. And, we did videos talking about the Christian right, how, this is really the Masons pretending to be Christians with the Kabbalists, setting up the rainbow agenda Rainbow Mafia agenda trying to get your children to um, this idea of gender fluidity because it goes along with their sincerely held religious tenets. And then this is where it goes. So when you see these weird things like gender fluid men's style is dressing at Met Gala 2019, heels, dresses, lipsticks, and more. And I could say a lot about this, but we'll just focus on this. So he's got the serpent on his arm right there, this guy. So he is um, dressing up in adoration like the divine androgyne that Trans Apocalypse Now's channel, who is Mr. E, same person, explains that they've been doing this in Hollywood for a long time, and those that you think are female are really males. They've been doing all these surgeries and stuff. And I don't agree with everybody that he thinks as a transsexual, but some are very open and vocal about it, and others they've just hidden. But they are redefining what it means to be a human and preparing people for this base root concept of Kabbalah, which is seen right here. And this whole video, here he is in the whole thing. This, like I said, look, this is their sincere held religious belief. And you should understand that the coming Messiah, that is the false Messiah, that they want to get this Israeli Bible where they nix Jesus. He's gone. They have rooted him out of the Old Testament, and they're fixing on rooting him out of the New Testament, adding in Kabbalah and diluting the scriptures. So there's lots of weird pictures and all of this odd behavior in this dressing, this political ideology. And of course, the beheading references, those are coming. The Whore of Babylon, that's a man, by the way, who is holding his own decapitated head. That's a warning that the Noahide laws are coming. But anyhow, what I'm trying to say is that this is all sowing towards and preparing the children and the culture from all of these events to accepting this coming false Messiah. So people are really being led astray when they're being told that it's Obama. Obama's the Antichrist. That's not true. That you are being lied to and you are being diverted away from the truth. So they have this dude that's supposed to be funny and silly, and I don't want to see any more of this except that he's trying to be, I don't know, Carrie Bradshaw, Sex in the City or whatever. And it's supposed to be funny, but this is planting things in people's brains to change the edicts and the good things that God had for us, and to scrap all the things I talked about before for this replacement, this fake antichrist that is coming. And it is this king of Babylon, but he is from Kabbalah. He hails from Israel. And Jesus said that he will hail from the desert and not to believe him, the Messiah, who will come and say, I am the Christ. And he will also, they will say that the Christ is in your inner chambers, talking about the very same thing of this Christ consciousness concept that this article at NUChrist.com is featuring, where it replaces the Son of God with this Adam Kadmon, this Israeli oriented Kabbalah. It says here, the Son of God, on the other hand, is Adam, who was created by Elohim in his image and likeness. Mind that Adam means human, not man, as commonly assumed. Remember, I don't agree with this article. I'm just sharing with you the aberrant theology here. Accordingly, Adam was both, now look, this is what they believe, both male and female, as verse Genesis 1:27. Well, that's not what it says. For that reason, we drop the term Son of God. Look, drop the term Son of God and replace it by the more neutral term Godchild. Oh, that is so creepy. You got to be born again to become a child of God. If you're interested in knowing more about the Godchild, read this. Well, it's evil. Now, with the difference, what's the difference between Adam and Adam Kadmon? It is a distinction between an abstract idea and a created image, between an artist's idea and his vision of how to accomplish his idea, but not yet the painting itself. In other words, Godchild is halfway between creator and creation, like a link or a mediator. The second Adam is not on the list, but we need him in order to understand the title Son of Man. Sometime after Elohim created Adam in his image and likeness on the sixth cosmic day, And after Elohim had ceased creation, that was on the seventh day, Elohim and Jehovah, the divine parents, formed the second Adam from the ground's dust and animated it with the life breath. What is the difference between the first and second Adam? The second Adam is a step closer to manifestation of Godhood, a draft or a blueprint of a painting, so to say. The first Adam is created and he is godlike and inherited all of his parents' powers. This is so wicked. The second Adam is formed, moral, innocent, ignorant, and one more step towards incarnation. Remember, Jesus said, if they say he's in the inner chambers, you're to reject that. The entire world, I'm telling you, the children in the school, the Bible, the pop culture, everything is preparing the children to accept this, and the adults. It's happening. What Jesus said is coming, and the church had not the slightest clue because of this whole hidden hand thing. And now it's coming, and it's like almost too late to do anything about it. Like we're right there. He's mankind's universal soul that is able to individualize and incarnate. So I mean, this stuff is just crazy. There's so much in this article, but see, this is where they talk about the Christ consciousness, that you can become God. Mind that we replace the term dead with mortal, since we find this more inspiring. However, the term dead has also an interesting meaning, because they're talking about this scripture here in 1 Corinthians 15:21 that's being bastardized and replaced, hinting at the fact that self-consciousness is dead compared to Christ consciousness. Christianity is about ready to be erased off this planet. On a side note, spiritual rumors have it that Elohim and Jehovah put Adam in a trance to take his rib and make a wife from him, and he hasn't woken up since then. Oh, that is just weird. I mean, this stuff gets weird. They are taking all of our scriptures and pouring their own meanings into it. I will leave this in the description box for you so that you can kind of understand where they're directing man, because it's absolutely taking them back to the garden and to the lie. I'm sorry, scrolling up so fast is hard on the eyes. Now, let me show you this other thing here. So this watch-unto-prayer.org, and I was looking at the HR initiation article, and it was talking all about Adam Kadmon, which is up here. I don't have time to get into all that, but again, I'll leave a description link in the description. Now, say they're talking about the androgyne deity, androgynous deity. This is where society is dragging your children, and why they're on the left as well as the right. And they want to put the Bibles in the school. They want to put this teaching in the school. They want to not obviously teach your children the Bible. They want to teach your children this aberrant, new rabbi-oriented Israeli Bible where they root Jesus out, and they are going to prime the pump for accepting the Antichrist that's coming, is what I'm telling you. Kabbalists teach that God is masculine and feminine, and that when speaking of man, they're always referring to two faces. And they have a name for that thing too, but I can't remember what it is right now. Adam Kadmon is androgynous, according to the Kabbalah interpretation of verses in Genesis. Male and female, he created them. As cited in Blavatsky's Theosophical Glossary and in The Secret Doctrine. So that woman was demon possessed, straight out. Adam, as the supposed great progenitor of the human race, is, as Adam Kadmon, made in the image of God. I don't know that word. Image, therefore. Preaptic. And then she talks about some Hebrew words, and she says that they mean phallus and yoni, never withstanding their translation in the Bible as female and male. So what you should be watching for, those who are not going to be here, and what we need to warn people to watch for, is that a he, she, tranny Frankenchrist is coming. God creates man in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female. He created them. The androgyne Adam Kadmon. That's what you should be expecting. Now, this Kabbalistic name is not only of a living man, nor even of a human or divine being, but of the two sexes or organs of procreation, called in Hebrew, I don't know those words. This being two, therefore the image under which the Lord God appeared usually to his chosen people. That is so is now undeniably proven by all of the symbiologists and Hebrew scholars, as well as by the Kabbalah. Therefore, Adam is in one sense Jehovah. And that's from the Secret Doctrine. There is so much information in here. And this group right here, Chabad Lubavitch, it with the Noahide and all this as above, so below esoteric philosophy, you have to understand that they are the ones that are holding hands with Trump, who is drafting laws, signing on to things.